It's 8 p.m. Crease. Let's get it. Mark and Will, yeah. Mark and Will, yeah.
It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Monday through Friday, player. Watch it while you on the go. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Catch them at 8 p.m. They gon' tell you what they know. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Monday through Friday, player. Watch it while you on the go. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Catch them at 8 p.m. They gon' tell you what they know.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Mark and Will Show. I'm Will, and I'm with today the mayor. What's going on, Mayor?
Not much, man. How you doing?
Hey, man, long day, you know what I'm saying, at work, so you know how that goes, man. How's everybody, how's the family and everybody doing?
Man, everybody's good, man. Finally got the baby on off second shift, so everything is good.
I know that's right. we got a good one this week today, man. We're gonna go ahead and cover the high school sports, the week 5. We got some games. We actually got a game today, so we'll definitely talk about that a little bit and just break it down for everybody like always. But first, you want to know how to find us? Here it is at the Mark and Will Show, Twitter/X, Facebook, TikTok, you don't stop, Instagram. Mark and Will Show's on YouTube. We got the gaming. We got all of that stuff. Players Club, that group is bar none the best. It's over 8,600 people. And, go ahead and like, follow, all that good stuff. Y'all know how we do, man. You need to. And if you have not watched yesterday's show and the day before, it was the Legacy. We had Sweet Jones who brought it along with the mayor. We had Solomon Conley who brought it yesterday. So make sure you guys follow, like, share. That's the whole thing. If you share, then everything gets out to the masses. So everybody, please share our content. We really appreciate that. So let's go on and get into it, man, and do how we do. Let's go. So let's go ahead and break these games down. So there's a lot of what's going on there, but we don't want to go ahead and get you the big matchup first, that everybody wants. But let's go ahead and do it this way, Mayor. Let's do it this way. Spencer County 1-3 at Franklin County 3-0. Spencer County been struggling a little bit, but they did have a nice win to kind of bounce back. Franklin County's taking care of business. They 3-0. What you think about this game?
Man, this should be a good game, but traveling to Franklin County is gonna be a hard game for them. Franklin County is known to run the ball. They had a running back last year that was legit. That's now playing for Louisville. So I'm going to say they're going to stay true to what they know and just run the ball.
Yeah, and in Spencer County, that's what they do. So how you always bring up about physicality and all that kind of stuff. I think this right here is definitely going to be a physical game. Spencer County got to travel. You know what we say about travel. So defense travels, but will Spencer County pack that defense to stop Franklin County? Don't know. We'll find out, though. Let's see.
So hold on. Who'd you pick in that game? Who'd you pick?
Oh, keep me on. I'm going with Franklin County, man. Let's go with Franklin County on that one. I just think, home is a little bit different, so that's why I'm going to rock with Corona versus Shawnee. Shawnee is 2-2, has won the last 2 games. Corona has to travel to Shawnee. I'm very impressed that Shawnee is really building steam, man. I think they're taking care of business. What's your thoughts on this game?
Man, I want to say Caverna's down there by Bowling Green, so that's a nice little travel. And you know how we feel about them. What are you watching on that bus to get ready for this game?
Right.
It should be an interesting game to say the least. Shawnee's riding high right now, 2 straight wins. against some quality football teams. You know, you went 2 hours away and got it beat a team, and so Shawnee should be riding our high. So I'm anxious to see how this game turns out. It's a 7 o'clock game, so I'm just anxious to see how this pans out and plays for Shawnee.
You know what, man? I'm not even gonna pretend. Let me go ahead and do this. I know I have picked against Shawnee, and I hope I'm not a curse for them. For all the Shawnee people, my mother graduated. I got uncles who graduated from there. I'm riding with Shawnee for this victory. I think Shawnee's gonna go ahead and 3-2, be over 500. When's the last time has Shawnee been over 500? That part. I think it's gonna happen Friday night, big time. Let me see. This one right here, man. This game intrigues me. This intrigues me. This one right here, you have a North Hardin 1-2 at PRP 2-2. North Hardin, everybody knows they got Sean Boykins. You know what I'm saying? He's done had over basically 34 catches, 578 yards, 8 TDs. Darrell Loggins is the quarterback. He's thrown over 1,000 yards. PRP struggle against Butler. We know it's a rival game, so people, it's a little bit different when it's your rivalry, but they did struggle. North Hardin has to travel and go to PRP, which is really not that far, basically, but far enough that you got to get on the bus. What is your thoughts on this game, man? North Hardin at PRP.
Man, my thoughts is this, man. PRP, get ready for a nice crowd. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say that right off the dribble because Mr. Boykins is gonna bring a nice little fan base with him. The Louisville people that aren't used to seeing him play like live and up personal, so he's a recruit. He's a Louisville commit, so they're going to bring all the Louisville fans out, to me. But it's still one of those things. Is PRP found a offensive replacement for Mr. Santana, because he brought a lot. That was, to me, 75, 80% of your offense, and that's just being nice.
Right.
So have they found a replacement on the offensive side of the ball that can carry the load? I know I got to see a little running back. They had number 5.
Mm-hmm.
Nice little running back. Run between the tackles. I'm anxious to see if they're going to feature him more, get him more carries. Is he going to run behind his pass a little bit more? So, yeah, I'm anxious to see how they go, who's going to carry the load now that Santana's gone.
Right. This one right here is a little bit different because I think, to speak on what you said last week about who's going to be the ones who stepped up, because really, if you got the athletes and you get the ball, I think they can go ahead and move the ball against North Hardin. North Hardin has allowed 347 yards passing, and they defense stopped the run. And I don't know about the situation as far as, you said they got a running back talking about PRP, a nice little one. They're going to have to score some points because I don't know who's going to be able to stop Mr. Boykins. And we know they're going to air it out. And so this has to be a track meet. This has to be a track meet. And I think this might be something like in the 40s or 30s. Hopefully, maybe it's going to be the last one with the ball because, like I said, North Hardin defense gives up a lot of points too. That being said,
but you're forgetting one thing. You're forgetting one thing also.
Go ahead.
Mr. Santana plays safety. He was at Roman free safety. He was able to go sideline to sideline.
Oh no!
So
yeah.
So yeah, again, we talked about him on offense. So who's replacing him on defense? You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. Boykins going to eat.
Do you have a ball hawk? Yeah.
Who's going to take that responsibility? Go ahead.
Do you got a ball hawk back there that are you going to cover him? So that's the thing. What is PRP going to do to allow? Because Boykins is going to get his.
Oh yes, he's going to get his. Can PRP keep up? That's going to be the thing. Can PRP keep up and make enough stops? Because they struggle against Butler. This team North Hardin has a better offense. Offense. So because I think that, PRP is still trying to find themselves, I'm going to ride with North Hardin on this one. I'm going to ride with that. To the chagrin of that nation, PRP. So I'm going to go ahead and go with North Hardin on this one because, like you said, Santana is not just the offense; he's defense, and we'll see what's going on. Woo wee! Oldham County 2-2 versus South Oldham. We had Mr. Hamilton who had 4 TDs last week against North Oldham for South Oldham. This game right here, we know what Oldham County wants to do. South Oldham runs the ball too, and they are physical. And when I watched that game, it was on TV. I actually watched South Oldham and North Oldham, and I was very impressed with them. Uh, this right here, man, what's your thoughts on this game?
It's gonna be to me, South Oldham's got more bodies to throw at Oldham County. I don't think they have a lot of people playing both ways versus Oldham County that does. So I think to me that carries a lot when you got a lot of kids playing both ways, and you still fresh, and like you said, South Oldham likes to run the ball, so if they're still fresh in the fourth quarter, they can just lean on the run game.
And we know they couldn't do anything. You know what I'm saying? Like North Oldham, you know what I'm saying? As far as the quarterback, he's doing his stuff and running the ball, and the running back, 4 TDs or whatever, Mr. Hamilton. I just think that's going to be too much for Oldham County. Oldham County has got to go to South Oldham. I'm all on South Oldham. I think South Oldham will go ahead and survive this game. And I'm saying survive. It may not be a survival because they basically took it to the pool. Ain't that what they call Herb Brock and them field? It's called the pool now. So they went skinny dipping in the pool and everything. This next game is interesting. Go ahead. What you had?
And to me, it's funny how that first game, I guess that first game was an eye opener against that Ohio team that South Oldham had, because ever since then it's been run, 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 and lean on the run.
Right. And they have been doing a great job on that, without a doubt. So, yeah, I'm rocking with South Oldham on that. Speaking of Oldham County, North Oldham, Shelby County, 2-2. We're very familiar with these teams. We talk about them all the time. You got Shelby County with Mr. Hunter, Gianni, Hunter. He's got over 800 yards rushing, 8 TDs. Landon Ford, 263 yards, 2 TDs. Chandler Hill is the quarterback. He's thrown for over 500 yards. That's good. For North Oldham, we call Herb Brock. He likes to slang that thing. So basically, Jace Bullock has thrown for over 700 yards, 9 TDs. They got a 3-headed monster as far as running backs, man. You got Dawson, you got Rowell, and you got Schmidl. They got over 200 yards each. I don't know if it's any school that got 3 running backs with 200 yards each. So this should be interesting, man. What's your thoughts on this game?
This is one of those games where it's Shelby County's run. We've talked about this all the time. Shelby County's run behind Mr. Hunter versus Herb Brock. Who's able to stick to their game plan more? It's probably going to be Shelby County because they're leaning on the run. And as you can tell by the stats, 800 rushing yards in 4 games is crazy.
Crazy.
Crazy. And then the North Oldham quarterback, 700 yards in 4 games. That's crazy. So who's able to make the quickest adjustment if adjustments are need to be made?
Right. This right here, contrasting styles, big time. It is very impressive though. You got 3 running backs that with 200 yards each. I mean, that's wow. That blows my mind. But Mr. Hunter's been here, done that before. This is a tough one, man. This is a tough one. I'm gonna go ahead and say that Shelby County gonna go ahead and come in and get a victory, man. I'm gonna ride with Shelby on this one. Should be a good game. I hope to find this one on TV or something or whatever. I need to see that. I gotta have it. Let's see here. Let's go to the next game. Grayson County 3-1 at Moore. This right here. Let's see here. Let me go this way. Nathaniel Moore and Jarvis Wallace. 266 yards rushing, 244 yards rushing, respectively. Jarvis Wallace also is passed for over 300 yards. Michael Williams is leading him on defense with with 3 sacks and 4.5 tackles for losses. You got Grayson County, got Caden Hanshaw, who's been on our polls several times. He's rushed for over 575 yards, 6 TDs. What you thought about this game? But Moore, go ahead and get that four for four.
Man, they better get over to Burger King, get that more bucket or whatever they slinging. Because this should be a good game, man. Like I said, this should be a good one. I think this is a district game, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Don't quote me, but I want to say it may be a district game. And, again, I think the Grayson County Cats are going to be up to play. You're playing a Louisville school. It doesn't matter who you're playing. It's a Louisville school. So you're going to get up and you're going to be amped for that game. So I'm anxious to see the outcome of this game. Just, hopefully Morton went over and got had more bucket from Burger King.
Right.
That more burger, whatever, that Mustang burger meal.
This is a tough one, man, because Grayson County is a good team, and I think Moore has red hot to start the season, which is great. 3-0. I can't recall the last time that Moore has been 3-0. This is a difficult game to pick. I don't know how far. You know how far Grayson County is?
I do not. My GPS is technically in my hand right now, so I do not know.
Yeah. Because like we always say, you got to travel. I don't know how far Grayson, but I know they have to travel 7:30 on a Friday.
Let's see. Let me see if I can find it real quick.
Okay. Maybe that'll help.
Look, while you trying to figure out, let's see if we can find.
Well, while you do that, I would say this: Grayson County, man, they have rushed for 899 yards. They have allowed 608. Passing yards 252, have allowed 155. So they have given up quite a few on the ground themselves besides rushing. Did you find anything?
Yeah, it's coming up now.
Okay. Because definitely that's going to help me decide who I'm riding with.
Oh, snap. They got me from Texas. I need Kentucky now, not Texas.
Yeah, that game, I'm going with more on that one. If they come from Texas, depends on. I'm joking. It's a joke, y'all. Calm down.
They coming straight up 65, 81-mile hike, 100 hour and 20-minute drive. So they possibly leaving probably about 4 o'clock.
Right.
And they come in Central Time, so it'll be 3 their time. So yeah, probably about 4 o'clock.
Whew. Okay. Let me go ahead and ride with Moore, man. I'm gonna go ahead and ride with Moore. I'm gonna go ahead. Hey, Coach McKay, you got to do what you got to do. So hopefully you go ahead and get that W. If you get this W, we're gonna have to have that bucket named after us or something. That's all I got to say. We definitely got to do that. For real. KCD travels to John Hardin. 4-0 KCD. John Hardin 2-2. 7:30. This right here, we've been talking about it. I think the very first time we preview stuff, you was talking about the coach hasn't had a team like this since they, did their thing years ago. And I'm gonna tell you what, Ethan Harris, he's rocking and rolling. He has 602, so he's on pass for 602 yards, 7 TDs, 3 interceptions. Kasani Wilson has rushed for 345, 4 TDs. Troy Humphreys have receiving yards 239, 2 TDs. Very interesting to see what's going on with this when they travel. Well, KCD travel well. What's your thought on this game?
KCD gonna travel well, man. Let's just go ahead and nip that in. They probably going down there in the sprinters. They ain't even gonna rattle. They're going down there in sprinters. And they gonna pull up, and they going the streetway. They ain't even gonna hit the espresso. They going the streetway.
Right. And you know what? If you want to go ahead and say you here, you got to take these road wins. You got to collect them. You got to go ahead and do what you got to do. KCD is rocking and rolling. I think KCD is going to continue to rock and roll on this one. Been very impressed with them, so I'm riding with KCD on this one.
And I think honestly, with them, down to Atherton, and I'm leaning on this for a reason.
Go ahead.
They was playing at Atherton first game, down into Atherton, came back and won that game.
Right.
Atherton is a tough place to play in. You see what I'm saying?
The Big
And
A
they was able to
factory.
come, yeah, and they was able to come back. So to me, KCD's like, man, we can win anywhere.
Right. Right. It galvanized a lot of stuff, man. And like you said, hey, playing there, you know the crowd's going crazy, and they're able to do that against a good Atherton team. Hey, I'm with KCD, man. You didn't have to bring it up. I'm already with KCD. Thank you. But it's all good. I appreciate you with that one. With that nugget. Speaking of nuggets, Wagner 1-3 at J Town 4-0. J Town is rocking and rolling, man. What you got for this? Before I say anything, what you got, man?
Man, he's doing what he has to do, man. He's getting the ball to the playmakers' hand and letting them make plays. It's plain and simple. You know, you beat who's on your schedule, and they didn't beat four good teams. They beat a good Holy Cross team. I don't know. You know, it was a low
Mm-hmm.
scoring game. You know, it was a low scoring game, but they beat them. So they're doing something right out there. Something's going right out of J Town.
Well, you know what? For the kiddos who don't remember when J Town was good, they always had athletes. They was a good football team. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't always down. And right here, you didn't see no 0-10, 11. But what Coach Ellison is doing, and to get those guys turned around in year two, man, impressive, impressive. So I'm riding with J Town. I think they got quite a few athletes that can play on anybody's team. And when you
And the
got
thing,
that, go ahead.
and the thing is too, it's Gaslight Festival weekend, so that place should be rocking.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it should be rocking. They should make it so uncomfortable for Wagner because it's Gaslight Festival weekend. I'm talking about. I would call this the Gaslight Festival Bowl just to get some extra people in that place.
All I know is, like I said, when you got several athletes that can play anywhere, and they definitely do, and they are packing that punch. And we'll see. Hopefully, Jacoby Jones have a good game, and hopefully, this is a good game. But I'm riding with J Town on this one. Let's see, Southern at Iroquois is actually today's game. So Southern 2-1, Iroquois 0-4, 7 p.m. What does Southern needs to do to win this game?
So we was off last week, so we was able to get some bodies healed up and able to fix some things that need to be fixed and adjusted. Basically, man, we just got to come out and play our game, man. You got to try to limit mistakes, and you got to try to tackle the first time around and not miss too many tackles. It's just one of those things where we have to play our game and just try to limit the big plays as well. But like I said, us being off last week, we was able to get some bodies healed and able to fix some things as well as adjust some things and tinker with some things and look at some things. So yeah, we should be ready, man. Like I said, I think us taking it on the chin early was able to help us out and get us refocused. We was right on that 2 game high, so
Mm-hmm.
we should be good.
I will say this: Iroquois 0-4. They at the crib. Um, I don't think Iroquois haven't scored a point. No, they scored 6 points all this year. I think that trend is going to continue. I think Southern is going to go ahead and win this game. I'm all on Southern. Go ahead and be 3-1, heading to district play, right? So
Hmm.
hey, Southern with the win. Go ahead and take that. Good luck, my brother, on the game. Western 0-3 at Dolph 0-3. This is the Zero Bowl. Somebody has to win. This is Coach Crow's old team he's facing. So he knows the players and stuff. We know players go, whatever, but he knows. What's your thoughts on this game?
My thoughts on this game: somebody got to win bowl.
Right.
Western has seen the end zone
True.
a number of times.
True.
Dawson's just now finding the end zone last week.
Mm, mm. Wow. Wow. Uh, that speaks a lot.
And I'm gonna say that Crow and them boys get them boys up to play because you're playing your old school, so you're going to have a speech ready and prepared to get your boys ready to have your back. And who's to say Doss? Doss's coach is gonna say something to have them boys ready to beat Crow. So it should be a slobber knocker. Honestly, throw the records out. This should be a slobber knocker game.
You know what? I would throw the records out, but they combined for 0-6. So we can't we can. I mean, I don't think it really makes a difference if you throw it. But you're right. Weston has hit the end zone more. This right here is probably the hardest game for me to pick. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. These both these teams need a victory in the worst way. These coaches need a victory in the worst way. The fan base, the schools need a victory in the worst way. Ah, you know what? I'm gonna go with Weston. But upset, I ain't gonna say upset, but visitors. They traveling to Dallas, so Weston for the W. Somebody's got to win. It might as well be them. DeSales travels to Valley. Dixie Highway finds out Iroquois area. So let's go 2-2. DeSales, Valley 0-4. DeSales, Coach Jackson, what you gonna do? What you think about this game?
Right now, man, if you look at the sales record, they're 2-2, but it's been up and down.
Yes, it is.
It's not been like a blowout. It's been steady. And last week they had a hell of a win down in Lexington, so I think they're riding on that high.
Right, right. This is a get right game. This is let's make sure that last week game was a fool's go. Let's go ahead and say, hey, we're ready. We feel good. We're confident. Let's take care of Valley. Valley 0-4. Let's go there and get another road victory. And I think DeSales will. I think DeSales has enough players to take care of business. I don't think I can say the same about Valley. I mean, hopefully I'm wrong, but I just don't feel comfortable saying that. So I'm going with DeSales to go ahead and get back-to-back wins. Speaking of wins and collecting them, Ferdell 1-3 travels to Collins 3-1, 730. This right here, Mr. Gooden has been putting on a show. He told his brother, pass that torch. I got it. Ferdell has been struggling. What is that? 3 losses in a row, or at least 2 losses in a row, something like that. They have been close games. They have been in the games, but now they travel to Collins 3-1 with a prolific dual quarterback. What is your thoughts on this game?
Man, from what I done heard, Ferdale should be a little bit healthy. They lost a couple of kids. Injuries. The injury bug hit them early. 3 straight losses. I think they won the first one in 3 straight losses, and Collins lost the first one, and so it's basically like vice versa. So
Right.
they're still figuring. So it should be a good game. You know, it should be a good game. But this game is gonna come down to, can Ferdale complete a couple of passes to keep Collins at the box to stop the running game? Because what I've been hearing is Ferdale's been leaning on the run a lot until they
Okay.
got healthy. They
Okay.
broken a new quarterback. So, but you got 2, 3 games under your belt, so you're no longer a new quarterback at this point. So it's time to get ready to go. But I think I'll be able to complete a couple of passes to keep Collins out of the box.
Right. Right. Whew. Hopefully they can, but I don't know. I just think Gooden is putting on the show, man. He's putting on the show. It's going to be tough to slow him down. He's playing at a high level. He's confident. He's a youngster. Until I see Ferdell put it together, I know you said that they had some injuries. They're getting back healthy. They really sound like they're trying to find an identity. If you got some people coming back now, okay, what we gonna do? Let's put it all together. We got it. Sometimes you gotta put it together. It's got to gel, and it's not gelling. It may be a couple of weeks before we see the real Ferdell. Then, if they coming back, you know what I'm saying? It might be a couple of weeks. I just don't think it's going to be this week. I'm Arlon Collins. I think Mr. Gooden is going to go ahead and take care of business on this game. Woo-wee. Cal travels to Rao. Cal's 3-1 coming off a lost to LCA. Real is 2-2. They have to travel on this one. Cole Hodge is 17. I'm gonna say this: 17 TDs and only 2 interceptions. One interception came last week. He also is the leading rusher with 152. Justin Ruffin is putting on a show. 29 catches, 469 yards receiving, 6 TDs. What you think about this game?
Has Cal found a running game yet to offset the passing game? Because hell, if I'm Ral, I'm gonna drop all 11 on defense.
Are you in
Hell
my
with
head?
it.
Are you in my head?
Nah, I'm just asking, because you said the quarterback is the leading rusher with 152 yards. But how many passing yards does he have?
11:47.
So he already has 1,100 yards passing,
Yes, sir.
and
And
so again,
yeah, yeah.
and 17 touchdowns. So Cal can't run the ball, and I know you got to throw the ball. Shit, I ain't gonna pressure. I'm gonna just drop all 11. You go hold on to the ball.
Right, right. That's the thing. When I saw that he is the leading rusher with 152, and I know when we interview him, he's talking, dual threat and all this, but I don't want Cole running. You know what I'm saying? I don't. I need a running game, and that right there is one of the reasons why they probably lost last week. Who's going to step up to be that running back? Who's back there? Somebody's got to do it. And like you said, the defense, man, hey, get back. 8 in the box, backfield, 3 on line, whatever you got to do. 2 in a line back, whatever you got to do. I got to make them run the ball. And until they do that, he will see that kind of coverage because he's picking everybody apart. He's got 1147 in 4 games. Like, he is averaging 286 yards a game. And he's got 17 TDs and only 2 interceptions. So he's doing a great job. What would Ral do? What's going on? Cal, will they bounce back? I think Cal bounced back. I'm going with Cal on this one. But I'm with you because I'm throwing gimmick defenses all over the place. You're going to have to run the ball.
Got to.
Without a doubt. Woo-wee. Butler, 0-4 at Seneca, 2-1, 7 p.m. Debo and company is waiting for Butler and with open arms. What you got for this game?
Man, I want to say Butler uses Debo all over that line. I mean, not Butler, Seneca, excuse me. No, my bad, Seneca. But yeah, I want to say Seneca uses Debo all over the front line. I mean, D line. So you might see him at nose, might see him at D tackle, might see him at end. Can Butler block him?
Right.
If Debo's having a Debo type game, I don't see Butler being able to block him.
Right.
Which, therefore, you go get the ball out of the quarterback's hand because he's coming to play. So, therefore, you go get the ball out of the quarterback's hand. So now it's up to the secondary to make the plays that they need to play. But the thing starts with Butler being able to block Debo. Can they block Debo?
Right. Can they block Debo and can they score on the road? I mean, just point blank. And I'm gonna need Seneca's AD or whoever start posting them stats, man. They don't even have a stats listed at all. That's it for Seneca. Please start doing it so we can see what's going on. Debo and the company, because there's more than Debo on that team. But I don't think Butler. I mean, I don't know if they're gonna score on the road, man. I'm just being honest, not trying to be funny or anything. Are they gonna score on the road? We know they scored last week. They got 12 points at home. Can they score on the road?
I want to say all of Butler's touchdowns have been at home.
I think you're right because I know I haven't been on the road. So what are they going to do? I'm riding with Seneca on this one until I can see Butler doing something as far as offensive on the road. I'm sorry, Seneca with the win. North Bullitt 2-2 at Bullitt Central 1-3, 7:30 p.m. Let's see on this one. Battle of the Bullet, right? So who is going to go? So you got Garrett Durbin, 423 yards, 3 TDs. He also he's they dual threat. He's rushed for 247 for North Bullitt. I don't know. What do you think about this game?
Well, whoever wins is going to end up being the runner up of Bullitt County anyway. So Bullitt Easton already showed their dominance. So, but I think to me, Bullitt Central still trying to figure it out. Like, what is their identity?
Right. Right.
With your 2 wins show that they didn't, been in it again. This is a team that they found the end zone a lot this year.
Speaking of that, they've only scored 13 times. Well, 13 points. I'm sorry, 13 points. They've given up 118 points. They've rushed for 364. They have given up 598. They have passed for only 261. Has allowed 570. Yeah, I'm all on North
And you just said the quarterback threw for 400 and is running for 200.
Yes. For North Bullitt. For North Bullitt.
Yeah. So Bullitt Central's got to find the answer for the quarterback to even start the game off.
Period.
And do they?
13 points. Week 5. I don't care who's coming to town. I'm riding with North Bullitt on this one. Bullitt Central, like you said, they're probably trying to figure out things, and I don't think it's as good. I don't think they're gonna have it figured out by then. Let's go, Ballard 2-2 at George Rogers Clark 3-1. Let's go. What you? I'm gonna let you go ahead and start this before I do anything. What's Ballard gonna do, man?
What Ballard team shows up is what I want to know.
True.
Because the only thing we've been hearing about the last couple of weeks is the running back. What's his name? Journey.
Yes,
Yes, that's all we've been. Yeah, Journey Wincham. So who's going to help him out? Like, yes, you got a heck of a running game, but where's that passing game that offsets that running game? And you're going to George Rogers. So what Ballard team is going to show up? Are we going to see the PRP Ballard? Are we going to see the Bryan Station Ballard? What team is going to show up?
Right.
Hell, are we going to see the male Ballard?
Right. You point. I don't need to say anything. Like you said, what we're gonna see is on the road. They basically have allowed 118 points, only scored 114. Rushing yards for Ballard, they have rushed for 516, have given up a whopping 620, has passed for 591, has given up 547. On that side, you got Sam Clements for George Roger Clark. He's passed for 652. You got Bryce Chestnut, who's rushed for 490. Mr. John, Kamani John, has caught 198, receiving yards, 2 TDs. And Mr. Hayden Heath has 40 tackles, 3 tackles for loss. That is the great way to put it. It's been inconsistent. You don't know what's going on. Will Ballard show up on the road? I don't know. That's what I'm getting kind of nervous on this pick, because you basically let the offense do whatever they want on the opposing offense. I mean, they keeping up with you basically. So defense travels, and this defense has not been stellar. They lost a lot. On defense, and that was the thing that we talked about at the beginning of the season. That Ballard's defense has lost a lot. They still got some playmakers. We know they got a D1, basically a cornerback and all this kind of stuff. We got Caden on the line, but apparently you need more. And I don't know. This game scares me with this one. And until I see a consistent play, I got to go with George Rogers Clark for the win for this one. And it's going to be tough. Speaking of tough, Atherton 3-1 at Holy Cross. This is going to be a good game. Big time. They got Andre Still for Atherton. 558 yards, 8 TDs. We already know about the three-headed monster for Holy Cross. You got the quarterback Jones, Pennyback the running back, Hardest the receiver. What do you think about this game?
Oh man, this is gonna be a low key good game to me. It's gonna come down to discipline. This game is gonna be a whole discipline game. Um, how disciplined is Holy Cross going to be? If a big play happens, are they going to beat their head, or are they going to just next play up? You see what I'm saying? you know. And if Atherton, how disciplined they gonna be if Holy Cross is just chopping, 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 and then big play. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
It's gonna be a contrast of styles, but who's gonna be the disciplined team out of the bunch?
This is another toughie, man. This is a toughie because after this game, you know, they got some stuff rolling. They got some rolling. Holy Cross, you know, we know they got some playmakers on this team. I'm torn on this one. I've been torn a lot this week, but I'm really torn on this one. Man, I'm really torn. I'm trying to see what kind of fan support is Holy Cross going to pack this game, man. What do you think?
They will always keep a good crowd. Because
Okay,
Holy Cross is one of those schools where the old heads come out, the parents come out, the girlfriends, and
right,
the
right.
student body comes. So it's not gonna be if Holy Cross comes out there because they're going to pack the stands.
Okay. My whole thing next is would Atherton bring, you know, how would they travel? How would they not as far as fans, but like playing on a hostile environment? That's the thing. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know. Let me see. Well, I got a little time. Let me look up real quick. I want to see Mr. Atherton's stuff. So lost at home. So basically, the away game was you guys, Southern.
Hmm.
Um, wow. Dawes, Southern, Kentucky Country. I'm gonna go with Holy Cross for the win, man. I'm going to Holy Cross. I'm gonna go with the home team. Uh, I think it's gonna be a good game. I'm like you. I think it's gonna be a real good game. I think this is gonna be a real good game that's under the radar, big time. Eastern, 2-2 at the Creek. The Creek is rising, 3-1. The Creek is taking care of business. We all know about Mr. Malone. He's got over 600 yards. He's 630, 9 TDs. Mr. Moulton is doing his stuff on the defensive side. He's got, I think he has 9 tackles for losses. I think he's got like 5 sacks, 29 tackles. Eastern, they took it on the chin last week, right? At Eastern. Manuel said, hey, give me all them cookies. And took them. Took their lunch money, took everybody's stuff up in the stand. And heck, I think it was out of control at halftime. I looked at the halftime score. I was like, wait a minute, this right? It was something like 30-something. I mean, it was ridiculous at halftime. What will Easton do? What you think about this game?
As you said, man, Mr. Malone is running at all-time high, and I feel that if Eastern can't produce the first series on offense, and Fern Creek does, it's gonna be a long night. Because then I'm gonna just lean on if Fern Creek can get up 2 touchdowns, then they're just gonna lean on Mr. Malone.
Yes. 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 I mean, yes,
And I say
yes.
this because you
Go
say
ahead.
this because 2 weeks ago they gave up 300 yards to Ferdale, one running back.
Right.
So
Right.
and he was almost at 10 yards to carry. You know what I'm saying? So imagine what Mr. Malone will do if he's getting the ball the same way the Ferdale running back got the ball.
Sold, man. Sold. Let me just say this. And the mayor, that's why we call him the mayor. The mayor is he knows what's going on in the city. The mayor, Easton has allowed 681 yards rushing. Wow. Malone has to be licking his chops, and I think he's gonna lick it to the tune of 200 to 300 yards rushing. I think he's gonna have just as much as the Ferdell kid had.
And you know what's crazy?
What's that?
The way his stats break down, he's averaging 9 yards to carry.
He's eating. He's eating. He's eating. Fern Creek, Fern Creek, Coach Abel and all that. Fern Creek. I mean, the numbers are going to be scary with Malone. And please, whoever does the stats for them, please make sure we get that because I know he's going to put up some ridiculous numbers against Eastern. Big time. I got the Creek. The Creek is rising. The Creek is rising. Cincinnati Elder. We got another Ohio team playing a visit to Derby City. And they got St. X. The St. X Tigers was off last week, coming off a big win against Mayo at 7 p.m. It's a home game. They had played last year. Cincinnati Elder beat St. X last year at home. I think it was something like 24-13, something like that. Anyway, I'm probably wrong on that. But anyway, I know the Cincinnati won. Will St. X revenge their loss of last year? What you got for me?
Saint X is going to have to take away either the passing game. They're going to have to sell out either the passing game or the running game. Because if I'm not mistaken, the quarterback from Cincinnati Elder is also the leading rusher.
Yes,
So,
he is.
so with that being said, Saint X is going to have to take him away. Do you do what you did last week and you just spy him? You just spy him with a linebacker. You got some good linebackers, so you just spy him so he's not getting out the pocket and not able to run. Because if I'm saying next time I'm going to this game and somebody else is going to beat us, not the quarterback.
Only thing about it is, the game 2 weeks ago, you took away Gainey. That was a little easier to bracket him in. To me, this is a mirror game. Trevor Havel, he runs the, he don't run as much. He's not dual, but he can move. He's thrown for 541. But like I said, if anybody watched the show after that game, yes, St. X defensive line is good. But I do know that you can run the ball against St. X. I saw it. I got it corrected. I said Mel ran for 130. Heard they actually ran for 157, which made my point. This Cincinnati Elder team, the dude can pass and he can run, and he's going to be on the move. Can St. X stop that running? Because like I said, if they got some guys who can block, and we're pretty sure that Elder has some linemen, Ohio, I'm pretty sure they got the linemen, they're going to run the ball. And then when you bring that up, they're going to pass it. This is a tough one. Cincinnati Elder almost beat a top team, right, last week. Mm-hmm. Almost beat them. So you can say almost. We're talking about top team in the nation. So they're not going to be scared of St. X. They're not going to be scared of St. X. Will they stop the run? That's the key. Will St. X stop the run? Will they stop the run? It's going to be tough, man. It's going to be tough.
Go ahead. What type of secondary does Cincinnati Elder have? Because the young guns for St. X are balling. So what type of secondary does Cincinnati Elder have?
True. Do they have the speed to match up against St. X trio? Because that's what helped Mel. That trio didn't do. I mean, you had two big long plays broken down, but that wasn't even the trio. That was the other dude. So do you have enough DBs that can slow that down? And do you have enough pressure, right? You got to get Havel off that spot. Make him run and throw the ball. This may be a high-scoring affair. You know what I'm saying? High as far as good teams. So talking about in the 20s, you know what I'm saying? Because we all think the defense is going to do something. That's a good point. I think if you got Mr. Havel sitting back there, not being touched or clean, he's the difference. He is what makes St. X goes. And if you cannot bring that pressure and move him, get to him, then it's going to be a long night. I'm going to go ahead and ride with the home team. I think they had a week off. They done dissected the tape. They probably healthy. But don't let this get into where you can't stop their run, because if Cincinnati Elder can control the game and eat the clock up and have this guy, like you said, do whatever, then it's going to bite St. X in the butt. But I'm going to go with St. X just because they got enough playmakers to make this a real good game. And if you can't keep up, you hit a point. If them DBs are not good for Cincinnati Elder, then Mr. Havel's going to have a hell of a game, and that those trios to quadruple, whatever, duplets are going to eat.
And not to mention, he's a 65% passer. So you give him time, he's probably going to be up to 70%.
Right. That's true. Woo-wee. South Warren 4-0 at Manual 4-0. Man, I think they said they haven't played in a long time. I forgot when it was. Right here, this should be a real good game. You got Bryce Button, has thrown for over 1,200 yards, 14 TDs, 2 interceptions. Colton Van Camp is doing his thing on the defensive end. 30 tackles, 12 tackles for loss. We got Manuel. They got the running back. Zeke is not back, but they got Mr. Jarian Trainer. 334 yards, 5 TDs. What do you think about this game?
South Warren is averaging 40-plus points a game. How much is Manu giving up? What's Manu's defense average?
Manuel has allowed only 15 points.
So you averaging 3 points a game against Manu. The hell with Bendon, who's going to break?
Some got to give.
Yeah, something's got to give. So who's going to be the team that breaks? You know, and I think South Warren, they coming up here on Remember the Titans in 300. I think South Warren coming up here watching, they watching 300.
I think 300.
Yeah, they watching 300. There's no FM, but they watching 300, and they coming to play, man. So this is gonna be
it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good
44
one.
points to 44 points offensively, 3.8 defensively.
Right.
Ooh-wee.
Hey, the Spartans are coming. They ain't South Warren Spartans, but we gonna say it. Spartica. This game is gonna be something. And a lot of people is probably not even gonna talk about this game because everybody's thinking about this other game that we're gonna be talking about. This game right here, woo-wee, please somebody videotape that or whatever. YouTube, I have to watch this. Because Will Manuel's defense say not here, not today. Not today. Not today. Where's the coin at? I don't have a coin but you know what? Mr. Chris Jones is taking care of business with that defense. Can Manuel score enough points to keep up? Say if the defense doesn't do what it has to do. Does Manuel score enough points against South Warren? I don't know. That's the dilemma. Manuel's defense has to show up.
Oh yeah, Manu's defense better go to sleep tonight. Just go to sleep tonight. Drink all your fluids tomorrow. Like I wouldn't even eat. I'm eating pasta and Gatorades and Pedialyte all day Thursday, so I can go in this game as fresh as possible. Bananas, oranges, because like you said, the defense has to show up.
Has to.
There's no.
Has to. And South Warren, what? Bowling Green?
Yep.
Bowling Green?
That's what I'm saying. They go watch 300 probably twice.
Yeah. Oh, they coming. Bowling Green coming to Louisville? Oh, yeah. Without a doubt. They ready. They've been ready. Tough pick, man. Tough pick. They was my team of the week last week. They at home. Oh God, man, Manuel. I'll go with Manuel, man. Goodness gracious. But that why they keep getting tough, man? Why they keep getting tough? I don't get it. Is this tough? Central 1-3 has to go to Bullet East. 3-1. Bullet East took it on the chin, but PRP has rebounded. Central has played a tough schedule. What you thought about this game?
I think Central's schedule has got them right for this game.
Ooh,
I know they're 1-3.
Yep.
But the athletes for PRP won the game against Butler.
True.
Bullet East. I'm sorry.
Bullet East.
I think Central may have more athletes than PRP.
Yeah, you're probably right. I can see it.
And then they took it on the chin last week. You've been shut out twice. You got shut out at home last week. Your second one of the year. So I'm pretty sure Dancer got them boys ready to go to Bullet East and play out of their mind.
I think they have to play out of their mind. They have to play like they asses on fire, to be honest. Mr. Zacharian from Bullet East, he's the leading passer and leading rusher, has 11 TDs, 3 interceptions. He is doing his Egan impression right now. Cortez is leading Central with 580. Only 4 TDs, though. I thought he'd have more than TDs, but they're playing tough competition that has something to do with But in order for them to win, I really think they're going to have to pass the ball. They have only thrown for 179 yards, Central. That's
That's not
not going
enough.
to do it. That's not going to do it. Bull East is going to pack that box. I understand. You're right. I think Central got buku athletes, but you're going to have to pass that ball against Bullet East, and I just don't think they have enough to do that. Once 179 yards for the season? No, that's not going to do it. I think Bullet East is going to come away with this one, and you can't. You know how you said you got to have your composure and all this kind of stuff. What's going to happen when Central faces adversity? Because you know Bullet East is going to pack that stadium, and they want some of that Louisville blood, big time.
That's the thing. How composed can Densler keep those boys?
Right.
How composed? There's gonna be some holding. There's
Yep.
gonna be some extra hits.
Yes.
How composed can you? How out of your element can you not be? Like you got to leave that at home. And
Right.
I'm pretty sure Densler's gonna preach that to him. It's just the belly of the beast. Outside of Louisville, football's played different.
Different. Different. Hold on. We say different. Different. Yeah, and this is, and hopefully this is a good game. Hopefully Central can just shake it off once they get that first bad call because it's coming.
Oh yeah.
Big time. It has happened several times. That's just how it goes. I'm sorry, it
I'm gonna
is.
tell you what. I'm gonna tell you when it's gonna happen. It's gonna be a long run.
Yep.
Holding. Yep. So just be ready. But how quick can you shake that off? Like you just said, how quick can you shake that off? Because we know it's coming. You're playing in the county. It's gonna be a long run that's gonna set the tone for Central to get all the hype and all the
Right.
momentum,
Right.
and then mustard on the lettuce.
Come on back. Come on back. That's what it's gonna be. So I'm going with Bullet East. And I would say this. Like you said, Coach Dance was a hell of a coach. So do not be surprised to see them maybe be 1-4 and still make it to the finals. I'm just saying. Their schedule is
But
hard. Their schedule is hard as hell.
don't be surprised if they win the game either.
True. True. I'm just saying I don't think you can win it with that offense that you're doing.
Oh yeah,
They're gonna have
gotcha.
to pass the ball. That's what I'm saying. The athletes, the players, they got all that. They got D1, we got all that. But you got to pass the ball because at Bullet East, they're not having it. Like you said, they're gonna call holding. They're gonna call hitting the back, whatever. They're gonna do all kinds of stuff. Illegal man downfield. If you throw the ball, that's happening. I just don't see it with 179. Could it happen? Hell yeah, it could happen. Cortez can go off for 400 himself. But your defense is going to have to stop what's coming the other way, too. Big time.
Hmm.
Speaking of stopping what's coming your way, the game of the week, Trinity 2-2 at Male 2-1 with Male bounce back from a loss to St. X 2 weeks ago. Trinity coming off a win, feeling good about themselves with the freshman quarterback Johnson. How would he hold up against the Male speedy physical defense? Would Male's defense slow down Johnson, Sansbury, Lynn? Will Max Gainey be contained again? Colter Smith, would he make adjustments, settle in, and do what he needs to do to lead this offense? What's your thought on this game, Mayor?
My thoughts on this game is kind of like this. Say next kind of showed the blueprint on how to beat Mill. So I'm saying this: does Mill let Mr. Burton? Did I say it right? Mr. Burton, is that his last name? This running back.
Yes. Yes,
So
Burton.
do they? So that now that he can show that he can carry the load, does Mel just go ahead and make him running back one and move Mr. Gates to receiver, so that way you can't cat cover Max? And does Mel use Antonio Harris as a receiver like a Travis how Dion's using Travis Hunter? You just let him play the whole daggone game. That way you can't double team Max, and now you got some weapons to help Max get open. Does Mel do that? Because I'm sure Mr. Burton showed that he can carry the load. So now you just put Gates back where he's comfortable at the receiver spot, and now you got a passing attack that's gonna be deadly because you got a three-headed monster. Who can you double team in? Who can you double team in that? Because you double team Gainey, Gates is gonna go off. You double team Gates, Gainey will go off, and then you still
Right.
got Harris to get the ball to. So What
Right.
does Mel do? You did had a week to fix whatever problem that you had, even though they don't have a problem. It's just tweaking some offensive, putting some kids in position to make to make some plays. So what has Mel done in this week off to get back to being Mel?
You know, the whole thing is that it's the bus driver. Um, yeah, you have to realize that they're taking away the mail. They're taking away Gainey. So you have to look other places. You have enough players and athletes on that team to go ahead and do it. I'm with you. I want Antonio Hurst to play both ways. He's an explosive athlete. You need to go ahead and get him out there. I love Shemai at receiver. I mean, I'll be greedy. I'm going four wide out there if I have to. Full and then throw the tight end, Verban, whatever. Do it. Give Burton his rock because he was balling against St. X. You have to know that the mayor is being doubled. So you got to move him around, which Wolf does a great job, put him in the slot and all this kind of stuff. So that means the bus driver has to decide where this is going. If you're going to double team, triple team Max, I think somebody else is open. You got to do that. Also, run the ball. Pound, pound, pound. You got an offensive lineman that are good enough that can pound, pound, pound. And they can do that. And so give Chase the ball. Also on defense, don't get your head down. Create your own. When I play defense and you play defense, you coach defense, you're on your own island. I'm going to win the game. The defense is going to win the game. Take over. Impose your will on the other team. No mental breakdowns. Don't decide, get into place. Know your position. Do what you got to do. This game right here, there's no coach that needs to tell you to get up for this game. There's no mom or dad saying, hey, are you ready? Anytime you play St. X or Trinity, you already ready. Just kind of like if anybody's playing Mel, you should be ready. This game is a bounce back game. This game, there's no way you should let a freshman come in your place unless he's Trish Redmond and destroy you. I'm blitzing. I'm doing everything. That dude's he's being uncomfortable the whole game. The whole game. Stansbury, he's a running back. He's a good running back. Not saying nothing, but you got to pound him. I'm taking away whatever I need to take. I'm letting you know that I am the most athletic team you probably faced. And you're going to get it. You got to get it. You got it. Come on, man. One thing I did say, and I said it on the show, there was no energy in that whole stadium. It was a couple of guys. If you can't get up for Trinity, something's wrong. Maxwell need to be bumping. And I mean the players. I ain't even worried about the fans. I don't care about that. I'm talking about the team. And you're right. What moves are you going to make? You got all these athletes, man. You got to go ahead and give it to them. You got to put them out there. Make a team say, oh, my God, well, that's Mr. Harris over there. Well, that's Gainey. That's Gates. What up? And that's Burton back. You got to do that. But like I said, this game to me, the mayor, you heard it from my mouth. Coulter Smith is going to decide this game. How it's going to decide is this going to be a tough game or this is going to be a nice, solid win.
And you saying that, so that means he's got to be able to step up in the pocket and know he's going to get hit, but he still got to deliver that ball.
Deliver. You got too many weapons. Why?
And if Coulter wants to be the next male great quarterback or just the next male quarterback, shrew, this is the game he needs to step up.
Also, you got to get rid of the ball. You can't hold the ball. You can't hold the ball. And that was one of the things saying that you got to get rid of the ball. You're thinking too much. Quick read, pop, 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 da, da, da. And don't be tunnel vision. Don't just look at Mayer. You already know. You already know the game plan after the first series. Oh, okay. Second series. Oh, they doing this. Okay. I'm still going to take care of you, baby. Don't worry about it. But let me go ahead and pepper him with this. So, to me, it's in his hands, man. It's in his hands.
And throw the ball away. Don't take sacks.
Don't take sacks. Don't run it. You're not a dual threat. Do not run it. You know what I'm saying? Live to play another down. That is the key because we see these quarterbacks get hit and get injured, and then that's a wrap. for you, period. So, of course, you guys know I'm going with Mel. I think this should be a good one. Definitely be out there rocking and rolling with that one. It is what it is. I want to thank you guys for joining us. Y'all know how we do, what we do. Any food, any thought for the day, man? Anything you got to say?
Man, nah, man, just thank you for letting me be a part of this, man. It's starting to take off, man, and it's fun, man. It's just fun doing it from my perspective.
Right. Hey, man, it's just come on, man. That's an easy ad, man. You being part of the family, you rock and roll, and we enjoy doing this. And hey, don't forget, guys, 11 a.m. Saturday morning, the No Cap High School Football Recap Show. Tune in on that one. We do what we do. Good luck tonight. Take care of business. Holla at you.
Thank you. All
Peace,
right.
y'all.
Peace.
It's 8 p.m. Crease. Let's get it. Mark and Will, yeah. Mark and Will, yeah.
It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Monday through Friday, player. Watch it while you on the go. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Catch them at 8 p.m. They gon' tell you what they know. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Monday through Friday, player. Watch it while you on the go. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Catch them at 8 p.m. They gon' tell you what they know.